Islanders, it's the talk of the cruise news world today as one cruise line has indeed announced it is going to end pre-cruise COVID-19 testing. Many of you have reached out and said, hey, have you seen this? And will other cruise lines follow? I want to share all the details of this story so we know exactly what is going on. There's also big news today from NCL as they cancel cruises on their upcoming new ship, the Norwegian Viva. They've canceled the first couple of sailings, and this just continues a pattern that we have seen from Disney and NCL, Margaritaville at Sea, Virgin Voyages. They are delaying some of their new build ships. Is the same going to happen to the Carnival Celebration, to Royal Caribbean ships, the Icon of the Seas? Will it happen? We will talk about that as well. Let's talk about cruise news right now on Island Time. A big happy Tuesday to all you Islanders. I hope your week is off to a great start. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Island Time. I am your host, Derek, and I'm thankful that you stopped by today. We're going to spend some time in the islands talking about cruise news. I invite all of you to drop your anchor now as we enjoy some time together. A big announcement today that's kind of shaking the cruise news world. People are excited about this. Yes, it impacts the cruise industry, but it's not really going to impact cruising here in the United States like one would believe. I want to share the details about this story because so many are talking about it. Viking Cruises, a very luxurious cruise brand, is indeed dropping the pre-cruise COVID-19 testing requirement. But there's all sorts of asterisks, okay? It's not for everyone. It's not for every ship, every itinerary. There's all kinds of fine print that you need to read. And you also need to understand what Viking has been doing previous to this. It's a huge step in the right direction. But Viking Cruises comes out. They're the first ones. They're the first ones really to say, we are dropping pre-cruise testing. Something that's been in the news since the federal government says we're going to end COVID-19 testing for air travel into the United States. Viking Cruises actually uses that announcement from the federal government, and their announcement to end pre-cruise testing for cruising is based on this big announcement. That to me is the real news in this story, is that a cruise line has taken this announcement from the CDC and the federal government regarding air travel, and they've used it for cruising. We're going to see other cruise lines and the Cruise Lines International Association, the CLIA, try to do this. We're already seeing that. Viking, they're taking their steps forward. Here's what Viking has communicated. Viking highly recommends, but no longer requires a pre-departure COVID-19 test unless one is required by the destination. As of June the 10th, 2022, select ocean voyages on the Viking Orion and expedition voyages on Viking Octandus in the United States and Canada will continue to require a pre-departure COVID-19 test. So there's two ships that Viking has cruising out of the United States are still going to require testing before embarkation, just as they currently do. I want to differentiate everything, separate everything. Viking does have other ships around the world. They are going to drop this pre-test cruise requirement that's been in place for a long time. These two ships that Viking has cruising out of the United States, they are in the CDC's Voluntary Cruise Program. They are, matter of fact, orange if you look at them, or as of the last update, and they're still going to stay in this program. So I want to clarify these things. As you hear things on social media, we have to really see what does this mean. I also want to point this out. Viking is the only cruise line that has literal PCR labs, PCR testing labs on its ships. They don't just do the rapid test, they do PCR test. I also want to share this. They've been carrying out daily PCR tests on all guests and all crew since they restarted operations in May of 2021. You heard that right. daily PCR test is where they're coming from, and now they're going all the way to we're not going to test every day, but the testing stays on board if we need it. Two, in some places in the world, there's no pre-cruise testing. That is the story. But the big story to me is that they use the CDC's announcement, the federal government's announcement of no testing on inbound air travel to do this. That's what we need to follow and see if other cruise lines use in the days ahead. Have you ever traveled Viking? I have not, and I don't know anyone who has. But if you have taken a river cruise before, or Viking, of course, has ocean cruises as well, but they're a luxury brand. If you've taken that, I would love to hear about your experience in the comments section below. I'll be looking out to see if anyone has done that before. I don't know anyone who has. Let's talk about Norwegian really quick. We had an announcement today from Norwegian that has impacted some islanders. They've had their cruises canceled. Norwegian announced that they had to cancel a couple of cruises for their second Norwegian Prima class ship, the Viva. They have canceled dates June 15th and June 24th, and you can guess the reason why. Supply chain issues. You know, they've been working on the ship. It's right across, actually, the dockyard in Italy from the Prima. And they're working on the ship. Things are going well, but they understand, they see that, hey, we're behind schedule here. So we're going to go ahead and cancel two. I was surprised it's only two of cruises, the first two cruises there for the Norwegian Viva. This is something we've seen, though. It's a pattern we've seen. Cruise lines are building these ships, and supply chain issues we see every day in our everyday lives. And I've been surprised, honestly, that we haven't seen more announcements over time, especially from Royal Caribbean and from Carnival. But NCL, they're getting out ahead of the curve here. They claim that it's over a year out. Matter of fact, they did not give any extra bonus. They didn't give any extra incentive, future cruise credit to the cruisers who they canceled these cruises by, because they said we're over a year out. So you can book another cruise, you can change your airfare, your hotels, you can book a whole other trip because we are a year out. A letter to those who booked said, we regretfully inform you that as a result of the global supply chain constraints impacting industries worldwide and the related downstream construction delays at the shipyard building our next class of ships, Norwegian Viva's June the 15th and June the 24th sailings have been canceled. This doesn't surprise us, though. Listen to this. Look at this list. I was trying to think of different ships who have been delayed over the last several months, and listen to this list. The sister ship to the Viva, the Norwegian Prima, it was delayed as well. They had a couple of sailings there that they had to cancel months ago. The Disney Wish was delayed. There were some sailings canceled on her. Margaritaville at Seas took longer to convert that ship to Margaritaville at Seas, although she is sailing now. And Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady, we heard about that. We saw that last week. You know, a year delay on Virgin Voyages' next ship. But again, no announcement yet from Carnival or Royal Caribbean, and we are hoping and praying that the Icon of the Seas for Royal Caribbean, the Celebration for Carnival, are on pace. We think they are on pace. Otherwise, those cruise lines would let us know. But if a shipyard can build a ship in today's world and deliver it on time, it is ultra impressive right now. We have not heard from anyone that the Celebration or Icon of the Seas will be delayed. We expect them to make their arrival. We know that many of you are cruising on the Celebration this coming November. We cannot wait to see her, of course, in Miami. Do you have cruises booked on a new cruise ship? It could be the Celebration, could be Icon of the Seas, could be the Prima, the Viva. Do you have one booked? If so, let us know in the comment section below. And if you don't, let us know what you would choose. Would you choose a cruise line that you're familiar with, that you cruise most of the time? Or do you go with something else? Have you seen a ship out there that you thought, oh my gosh, I really want to go in that ship? Let us know in the comment section below. While you're down there, please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content today. I invite you to subscribe to this channel, be a part of this community. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell to receive notifications when we upload content. Islanders, we will see you tomorrow right here on Island Time.